Welcome to today's live. It's going to be a great live. Listen, let me know where you guys are watching from. It's been a very interesting weekend. Took the children out, ate dinner, watched some football, and literally getting ready for this week's live. But this week we're going to be talking dispositions and talking about everything you need to do in order to effectively sell deals. Just some of the strategies I learned over the years. Um, Literally just through hard work and perseverance, you learn how to deal with cash buyers and deal with data and figuring out, like, it took me a long time to figure out a buyer last year might not be a buyer next week or something like that. So once I figured that out, I literally started to generate my own cash buyers list offline. And why it's important to have your own cash buyers list offline? Because you want to stand out from the crowd. You don't want to be wasting people's time. And then you want to have this personal connection with everybody you're selling deals to. Not just the type of person who pull a list and just blast these people deals, email them deals, and they never hear from you. They don't know who you are, what you do, how you can help them. And they're reluctant to respond to you because they don't know who you are. But if you make it a point to let them know who you are and your company you represent and what you got going on, then they'll take you a lot more serious. So that's where we're at with things. Like I said, I know today is a holiday and we ain't supposed to be going live, but I don't want to break my goal for going live every day, Monday through Friday for the next year. So even if it's a holiday, I'm gonna have to go live. So I'm even thinking like this year on Thanksgiving, how are we gonna pull off going live? I don't know. Maybe we do like a pre-recorded one and still drop it live. I don't know, but I don't want to break that. So if you have any questions, just know you can always drop your questions down in the comments. We're here to help you as much as possible. Give me 1 second. While let's let a few people get on. This week we're doing something really amazing. We're doing 50,000 lead giveaway. We're giving away 10,000 leads to each person. That's literally 10,000 leads a day. So 50,000 leads that we're giving. And then the following week, we're having a free event on the 20th. Is it the 20th? No, it's not the 20th. We're having a free event this Friday. Is it this Friday or next Friday? I know we're having a free event coming up, and you guys need to be there where we're talking lead generation. So let's get into our information for today. I hope you got a paper and pen. Sorry, Monday's always busy for me. Just texting back a few of my employees. They good, they happy. Boom. So when you're doing dispo, it's literally the same exact thing as generating motivated seller leads. You need to generate motivated cash buyers, people who want to buy your deals right now and want to work with you literally right now today. So call them up. The easiest thing to do is to skip trace to the cash buyers manually, and we'll get into that. And then call them up and have a genuine conversation. I think the issue with a lot of people in real estate and why real estate becomes so hard for most people is because a lot of people are introverts trying to figure out a way to make money on the phones. And it's hard to be an introvert and work the phones. And I get it, I understand. But sometimes you gotta just suck it up and call people. And when you're talking to the cash buyers, you're calling them up, letting them know, you see what they got going on, you respect them. You're trying to figure out if there are any opportunities that they want to buy properties now or in the future. If they answer the question to that as yes, then you want to qualify them where to place them on your list. What type of financing you're using, right? There are multiple ways a cash buyer can finance their deal, but you want to find out what's the most frequent parts of financing they're using. Are you using your own cash? Are you using hard money? Are you using private money? Are you JVing with someone? Are you using family friends funds? What would happen if for some reason you couldn't close? Like, ask these tough questions up front so you know how to deal with them accordingly. How many deals are you planning to buy, monthly for the next 3 months? One deal a month, one deal a quarter, two deals a month, three deals a quarter, whatever the case may be, you want to know the answer to that because you want to know that, oh, this person can actually perform. When the last time you purchased a deal? Simple as that. Put that on your list, and then you can literally make a little database using Google Workspace. Google Workspace is a powerful thing, guys. So make sure that you're actually using your Google Workspace if you don't have the money to pay for expensive software, right? And then what you want to do is you want to build out your marketing. So you want to build out your and I'm giving out so much sauce today just because I want to make sure you guys are receiving value. You want to build out your brand identity for the disposition side of your business. I always teach my clients over the years to separate your business from your acquisition marketing to your disposition marketing so that people don't know where you're sourcing your deals from or know where it's coming from, right? So the point I'm making to you is you want to create a whole new name for your disposition company and a new website, a new brand, and everything. So it can be 1, 2, 3 deals today. 1, 2, 3 cash buyers heaven. Like like cash buyers now, cash buyers plug, like you know, deal factory, whatever you want to call it. Dispo guys, like Dispo Ninja, Dispo pirates, like whatever you want to call it, I don't care. Figure out a catchy, almost cheesy name to make. Create your Facebook page, one. Then you want to create your website that you can have. Then you want to create your email domain so that you can email people. And with the thing about the email domain, you want to make sure that you got people that's approved to your list, that's opted to your list, and that's receiving your emails. Because if you don't, your domain deliverability won't be as great. And literally, guys, you won't be hitting people inboxes, right? So the thing that I tell people about when you hit people inbox is that your stuff may go to spam at first, but as you start to send consistent emails out and you're doing everything consistent, people would take you out their spam and add you to their main box, or the companies that these emails been sent to will recognize that you're not spamming or these actually business transactional emails, and it would end up showing their primary email box, especially people with Gmail addresses. If you don't know what you're doing, just hire somebody on Fiverr somewhere that can help you set up this email stuff. There's a bunch of email domains you can use. You can use Namecheap. You can use MailinLite. You can use there's a bunch of them. But the biggest thing I recommend to you guys is find one that's API key friendly, that's automation friendly, that you can set up with your CRM to automatically send out these Google emails. Jermaine, let me. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? He said, would you suggest Google Workspace for a different email alias? Yes, yes, yes. You can set up a bunch of different email aliases. Even if you just want stuff to be forwarded to your main email, you can do all that stuff in Google Workspace without stressing. And it's minimal. So Detroit in the house is money in Detroit. So basically on the dispo side, you literally set up a whole nother company, a whole nother brand. Why is that important? Because you want to make sure people receive your marketing, right? So here's another tip. If you're doing deals in the local area and the local cash buyers, grab your local phone number so that when you're texting them, they know for a fact that, oh, this person's local. This is not a virtual wholesaler. They don't have a clue what they're doing. They know exactly what the market it is. On the text message, this is what I would do. I would put some emojis on it, like eyeballs and fire, say 32, the zip code, asking price, and then link to the actual lead. So if it's on your website, if it's on a platform you're using to say a deal, whatever the case is, you want to just give them a simple text message that if they scroll through, they're like, oh shit, let me see what's going on with this, and click it, right? And when they click it, then it opens up to the the information about the deal. What's the most important thing you want to know about the deal that you should have is a bunch of pictures. The more pictures, the better. If you can put a video on there, if you can get an editor to put a video on it, that'd be great. But when you do get the pictures, the biggest thing people make a mistake is they don't put their watermark on the pictures. Like I was one of the first person that's encouraged people to start doing it because I'm from the DC area and people just cutthroat with these deals. So put the watermark on your pictures, right? There's a bunch of watermark software. Just Google watermark software. There's a bunch of ones that you can do. What would you watermark on your pictures? It wouldn't be so dark that they can't see what they need to see, but it'll be there and people will notice it. I will put my company logo, my company website, and a number to call or text if they're interested in the deal. And I will put it center or in the middle where people can't crop it out, so that way people know that this came from you. And I will put a timestamp on it, like the date that you did that, so people at least know that, oh shit, this person had these pictures since blah blah blah. And some other source. I know you guys wondering, like, yo, like, if I'm doing virtual, who's going to take my pictures? Well, there's one website I've been using for the last 4 years called bpophotoflow.com. Sign up for a free account with them. BPO Photo Flow. Yeah, bpophotoflow.com. Sign up for an account with them. It's free of charge. They just charge you per like appointment that people go on. You can get pictures done for less than $30. Literally, guys, $30. I see guys out here saying, "Yo, if you go take these pictures for me, you can JV with me. I give you 50%. Why would you give someone 50% of your deal when you can just pay somebody $30 to do it and take better pictures to you? Because they're going to get pictures of the street, around the house, on the corner, on each side of the street, all around the house, the neighbors like side houses, just to get an idea what stuff look like in the area. They're gonna give you pictures of all the major HVAC components. They're gonna give you pictures of any damages, anything. They're gonna give you pictures of all the beds. You're gonna end up with like 40 to 60 pictures for like $30. You can't beat it, guys. I'm telling you. So use that when you get the pictures. What you're going to do is set the expectations to the seller that, hey, your inspector's going to come out just to take some pictures, just to make sure that everything you discussed and talked about on the phone is actually true and fact, and that the underwriter can move forward with closing, right? You want to make sure that some people get away with operating as a single operator and letting people know that. But I'm telling you, make it a company that has checks and balances, or seems like they have checks and balances, so people can respect you. And if you need to kind of like move around and be flexible in your deals, you can always revert back to this person in your company that probably don't exist. Like, let me talk to my manager about that, right? So that's one of the biggest things that I see a lot of people failing with selling their houses. Then you want to personally, before you even email and blast and do this to your deal, the first 24 to 48 hours, like the first 48, here's my concept. If your deal don't sell within the first 48 hours, there's a 50% chance the deal might not sell at all. Literally. It's like the TV show, The First 48. So that first 48 hours, contract signed that same day, you should get the pictures. And then you should be calling up the top 5 buyers that you done generated on that list. And not email or text them or send them a blast or none of that. You want to personally call them and say, hey, this is Antoine Campbell. I'm personally calling you. I just locked up a 3-2 over in blah, blah, blah zip code. And I think it may be a perfect deal for you. I'm giving you a call first because, like I said, you're one of my good buyers, and I just want to give you first option. Now, tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the team will send this out to our entire list. So I just want to make sure I give you first dibs and all of that. Here's the link to it. If you need to go see it, let me know. Bring whoever you need with you to make this decision, because we can't keep going back and forth to the property. So you need your lender to come, your hard money guy, your inspector, your contractor. Bring everybody you need, because we can't keep going back and forth to the property. That's how you set the expectations with your cash buyers. Now, when you're generating these cash buyers leads, like I said, continue to build your cash buyers list as much as possible every single day, so that you don't have to worry about struggling to find people to buy your deals. I think 2 biggest issues I see in real estate wholesale: people struggle to lock up contracts for a reasonable price, and then people struggle to find people to buy their deals for a reasonable or fantastic price, right? And once you accomplish that stuff, you're able to do dispo better. But the dispo side, the true sauce behind the dispo is the marketing and the branding of your deals and the way you pitch it. So if you know this house is sitting on a huge lot and it's zoned for a 12-unit apartment building, and right now it's just a small little 3-2 cul-de-sac type of house, you may market that as potential development opportunity. By right, this property is already zoned to be 12 units. Here's the zoning. Here's the the verbiage to the zoning, and put that stuff in your listing. And then what happens is you can go down to the zoning team or call over to the zoning people and ask for a zoning confirmation letter. You send them money and they send you back over something on the town, city, or state letterhead, give it saying this property is indeed in fact by right zone for a 12-unit building, blah blah blah. What does that do? What does that do for you? That takes you from probably a $10,000 assignment fee all the way up to a $100,000 assignment fee, just because you know the highest and best use of the property. So when we're teaching disposition training, that's coming up, it's going to be dirt cheap, like $197 literally. We're going to show you guys the highest and best use of properties, and as you're doing your dispo, how to double your assignment fee sometimes. Sometimes you may got to do a reduction or whatever, but if you know all this stuff before you actually, the acquisition manager, get this stuff signed, then you know what it's going to take to get it assigned to a cash buyer, right? The biggest thing cash buyers cares about is your numbers accurate? Is everything you're saying true? Because whether you guys know it or not, the cash buyers have someone else they're obligated to, whoever's they're getting their money from, whoever's doing their underwriting, or even they self. They got to answer to themselves like, yo, is this the right deal for me? Or do I just want to make this kid happy by paying him his assignment fee, even though the numbers don't make sense? So make sure your numbers make sense. Another thing you can do is put your deals on a nice spreadsheet or a nice presentation. We was using Rehab Evaluator years ago. That got us to a lot of deals. Now we have our own in-house template that we use. But literally, you can use somebody like Nathaniel Clayman from Rehab Evaluator. There's other softwares you can use to put deals together to make them look good, and then add it into your website or link to your website. We'll get into all that stuff in details in the training, but just know you want to kind of like put all the stuff in there. Now, I'm not telling you to be 100% accurate with your repairs, but if you're struggling with repairs, there's this software called Hammer, Hammer Point, like the hammer. I don't know. I'm brain fog today. I didn't eat nothing yet. So Hammer Point will literally show you how to, go through and estimate all the repairs. But remember, as the dispo person and the acquisition person, you don't have to be 100% accurate when it comes to repair. You just need to be in the ballpark. Example, if this house needs about $75,000 to $80,000 worth of work, if you put 10 investors in line and they all tell you, yeah, it needs between $65,000 to $85,000 worth of work, then if you right in the middle of $75,000, then you that's a good quality deal, because a lot of people can make sense of that and move some things around and rebudget some things to make sense of the $75,000 in estimated repairs that you put on it. Now, I don't usually show my buyers what the repairs are. I just show them the price, asking price, projected ARV, and that's it. I let them figure out what the repairs are, because remember, if I have an in-house crew, my costs will be a lot different. If I'm using a GC, top grade GC, my cost could be 30 to 40% more than anything else, because they're putting their number on top to become a GC. So you got to take that stuff in consideration when you're doing these deals and sending out these deals. The more you know the numbers and the more you can think like an investor, the more likely you're going to sell a deal with no problem, no hesitation. Also, make sure that your deals, your contracts are bulletproof. My bad. I'm laughing at some stuff on Instagram. Make sure your contracts are bulletproof and they're enforceable. Your assignment agreement, maybe pay an attorney or paralegal a couple of $100 to tighten it up. Maybe add a few little things that can protect you and all of that, just in case the contract dispute is in question. But other than that, the marketing side of things, building out your email list and your text message list to all your buyers should be your number one priority, because as soon as you get a deal and you send out to your top 5 buyers, if they don't bite, send out to your next buyers. The next wave of buyers should show some sign of interest. Now, when you start to send out to your biggest list, If they don't all bite and start giving you offers, then clearly there's something wrong. Let's talk about what could go wrong on a deal that seems like it's perfect on paper. It could be the location, it could be the zoning, it could be the architect's layout of the house, maybe just an ugly house that most people don't want to deal with. It can be, like I said, location of neighborhood. It can be a whole lot of variables that you don't see, that you're just looking at on paper, that other investors may look at and say, yo, I don't know about this deal. It could be because it's beside a nuclear power plant. It could be because it's beside a wastewater treatment facility and it's like hot dog shit every time you ride past. It can be because it's in a dead end. It can be because it's on a lot that has an easement running through it. It could be a lot of reasons. And you, as an investor, have to think about that. And then if that is the case, then are you discounting that deal enough and get on the contract to the point that most people can make sense of buying it, or don't even buy it at all, especially if it's beside a wastewater treatment facility, a nuclear plant, it behind a set of railroad tracks to a busy Amtrak, CSX trains running through every 10 minutes. It could be a bunch of reasons. So, other than that, guys, that's the main thing I want to talk about today on Dispo. We got some more we're going to cover tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to talk about, today we talked about the marketing plan. But tomorrow we're going to talk about how to network and build relationships with your Dispo. Dispo, got to get out there and shake the cash by your hands. Go to the meetups. Go to where they go. Call them up. Some of the, if you're local and doing Dispo, offer some of your cash buyers to lunch or coffee or whatever, just to talk about their business and their strategy and what you can do to bring value to them. Literally, especially if you can afford like an in-house Dispo on commission, have them go out here. There should be a whole, I use Cash Buyer's data feed. It's pretty dope. I liked it. The issue with the Cash Buyer's data feed is the numbers weren't as accurate. So we came up with a strategy that we're going to be teaching you on this training that if you decide to join. And we'll show you exactly how to, skip trace cash buyers and get the accurate numbers and add them to your list. But Cash Buyer's data feed is pretty dope. But then the rest of the week, we're going to cover, pricing, how you should price your property when you go to sell it, what you should consider. Remember, comps from 6 months ago, a year ago can be completely obsolete, especially now as the transition of being a seller's market back to a buyer's market. A lot of comps that happened 6-7 months ago, people were potentially overpaying for houses. Appraisers were potentially overappraising houses. And them numbers are vanity. What does that mean? That means that that's not the numbers today, right? Yesterday's price ain't today's price. So once you understand that concept, you can negotiate a better deal with your prospects. So I think the biggest thing for a lot of people is understanding yesterday's price and today's price. And once you understand that, literally, you'll know how to create your own market. You'll know what things should be selling for. Like a 3.2 in a certain zip code these days might not is selling for what it probably would have sold for 12 months ago this time, when the market was absolutely on fire and people was getting, 10%, 15%, 20% of the asking price. And that's clearly not it right now. Literally, home builders are selling houses, the sellers going there asking for all these concessions. They're getting closing cost help. They're getting upgraded amenities because these home builders, they're not in the real estate business. They're in the home building business, where that basically means that they don't want to be landlords. They want to, flip these deals so they can go on to their next piece of possible development to develop it and do it again. So at the end of the day, you got to look at the information and data. Another thing you can do is just study the trends on Redfin. When the numbers come out, the monthly numbers, look at that stuff. That's going to tell you a lot about your zip codes and everything you got going on. But so let's move on to the Q&A side of things. I think today was a good episode for you guys. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to, hit us up. If you need anything such as virtual assistants, we got you virtual assistants. We can get you a virtual assistant in a little 7 days in your business, already trained, ready to go out the door. So make sure that you hit us up for the VAs. We're having a free training. Hit us up for the free training. And if you're looking to just book a call with us to see what we can do to help you, don't hesitate to go over to CEO929.com and just book a call with us, see what we can do to help you to get to the next level. Other than that, I'm gonna stay on for about 3 more minutes to try my best to answer as many questions as possible, so that we can focus on helping as many people as possible. Any questions, guys? Drop your questions. And I know some of you guys haven't even gotten to the point of dispo yet, and that's perfectly okay. But we're walking you guys through the whole four pillars if you notice what we're doing with this YouTube, and then we'll go into just regular subjects and different trainings and stuff. Yeah, the mastermind class Fridays, but we're currently moving it maybe to Wednesdays. I got to confirm with them. So I need you guys, when we send you our emails, just reply to your emails. We have a Discord channel set up too, so if you have any questions, you can get your questions answered in the Discord channel. But Fridays, we realized when people signed up, a lot of people can't make it on Friday, which is understandable. People got to work. It's 4 o'clock. People, it's a lot going on 4 o'clock on a Friday, so we're going to move it to a day that accommodates a lot of you. So the team's supposed to be sending out a survey today to figure out what time makes sense, but I think we stuck between Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But you know what? I'm gonna put a list together for my favorite disposition tools and softwares. Um, that's what I'm gonna do for you guys. Let me write that down. You gave me a good idea for a video. People ask me this question all the time. I never even thought about doing a video on it. Actually, I just write it on my phone. YouTube. Um, can you ask your VA to handle all my networking with cash buyers? Yeah, you get a VA through us. We can show you how to set that VA up to basically handle, calling cash buyers, adding them to the list, looking up cash buyers, skip tracing cash buyers. If that's something you're interested in, reach out to us on the website. Book a call with us today, CEO929.com, and we can accommodate you with that. A lot of people use their VAs to help build their cash buyers list, create that networking with cash buyers, and literally just stay on the phones with the cash buyers trying to figure out what their criteria are. You should be in touch with your cash buyers at least once every 30 days. A personal touch, and then maybe 2 to 3 emails a month where you're sending out information about the market, what's going on. If you just sold a deal or something like that, you can send information to create scarcity, like deal just sold. Don't miss out on the next one. If you want to update your investment parameters, you can do it here. All of that. There are a few other softwares. It's not similar to the Sweet Spot Locator, but if you ever need like zip codes that you want to, what's the hottest zip codes, just let me know. I'll send you a few zip codes. So if it's just an infield land deal, just look at what's the current zoning by right, and then look at the comps, right? Obviously, you want to make sure it's on a good lot. Like you don't need an easement. It has electrical and paved road access already. It's already in a developed neighborhood. Ideally, you don't want it to be real rural, somewhere far away. But it's already like, let's say, for example, it's a house that's knocked down in like a neighborhood, or a house that never got built in a neighborhood. You want to make sure everything makes sense, and then that's about it. You know what I mean? And like I said, the easiest thing to do is just check the existing zoning. That's where the money is made. Like, if it's zoned just for, up to two dwellings, then maybe you could put a duplex on it. If it's not, then, just look at it. Also, if you're going to be doing land deals, or if you're just going to be doing dispo, don't be afraid to call down to the the department, zoning board, or commission, whoever you talk to be able to get your questions answered. If it's in a gated community, then you want to reach out to the HOA to figure out what's the rules and regulations to building on a new lot. Uh, do you have to get approved to be able to buy the lot? What's the process, and how soon can a person build on a lot? Is there a committee to go through? Do we just get approved through the state and we good to go? Like, is there any fees involved to applying to get that? Because if you can get all the information answered, you can put that stuff in the details about your deals. You can put that stuff in the detail about your deals, and the better you can educate and inform the buyers, the better informed decision they can make to do the deal or not with you. Yes, Keith. PropStream is an awesome place to find cash buyers because a lot, we use the flippers list, and that's been a really solid list for us because what it shows us is people who currently bought houses and it's still sitting on the market, or it already sold, or is in the process of being listed on the MLS. And guess what? If I'm an investor and I got a house sitting on the MLS ready to be sold, I'm pretty sure theoretically I may be looking for my next flip, or add another flip to my portfolio. So they're the best investors to call because they're still in the market right now. So like I said, if you need help and you ready to, handle some business with us, go to co929.com, book a call, and we'll take good care of you. Any more questions? Yeah, as soon as I'm about to log on, I see a bunch of questions come through. So I just want to make sure I answer as many questions for you guys as possible. But okay, we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Listen, I see you back here tomorrow at 12 o'clock. We're gonna be talking about a whole lot tomorrow, so don't miss out on it. Am I familiar with Privy? I used to use Privy when it first came out back in 2016. It was pretty dope because it served me because it found potential fix and flips. Because back then in 2016, once again, it was a buyer's market, so there was plenty of inventory in MLS. You could just go and buy, right? So we was looking for potential fix and flips or potential comps for fix and flips that we was doing, and it was pretty dope. But honestly, I haven't used it since maybe 2016, 17. So I don't know if they made any changes or anything. So honestly, I can't really give you my updated opinion on it. Starting a wholesaling, would you go with vacant list first or probate? I definitely would go with vacant. Probate is a little more complicated. You need a little more patience, and the deal takes a lot longer to get done. And you got to have really good critical thinking skills. Vacant typically is probably an absentee owner or a person who moved out or whatever the case may be. It's a little more cut and dry than probate. Probate, you got to be ready for all the little problems that's going to come your way. Any more final questions? Taking the last call, 30 seconds. No problem, no problem. Hopefully, you come back tomorrow. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe as soon as possible to my YouTube channel. That would be greatly appreciated. I really appreciate it. But I see you guys back here tomorrow. 15 seconds for the last question before I go ahead and log out. And when it comes to the water shut-off list, it depends on your area. PropStream has some of it, but not all the data for every area. So it depends on your area. Gotta go. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Remember, go to my website, co929.com, book a call with us, see what we can do to help you out. Talk to you soon.